Hey y'all, this is Where DJ Goes. Thanks for joining in on another journey. And as promised in the last video, where I showed a few of my favorite spots from the Minnesota side of our big lake, aka Lake Superior, which BTW contains over 3 quadrillion gallons of water and is the largest freshwater lake in the world. Today, we're going to check out Lake Superior on the Wisconsin side. We'll go to a few of my favorite beaches, hit some trails, and find some hidden gems in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. And for my fellow nomads, I'll list a few coordinates in the description box. I actually travel to Wisconsin often, at least once a year or so, but any chance I get, I'm headed up to catch up with Mom and the boy, some of my cousins, and of course, Dean. Even Dad has made the trip up a time or two. I've gotten to show him Wisconsin Point and skunked him at sea glassing. Wisconsin Point is just as you're leaving Superior, and it's one of our favorite spots. Not only to sea glass, but also to watch the big boats come in around one of the world's largest freshwater sandbars.
Get ready, they're gonna honk again. Look at that big thing in the front. Wave.
Stop honking.
They're waving at us.
Wisconsin Point does have parking restrictions from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., but only after lot number 1. And that gets my recommendation over Walmart, but they also allow overnights.
What do you think of that boat? Sure is.
The point is always a hit, but our number 1 beach here is just about an hour drive out to the Port Wing Boreal Forest to Quarry Beach. It's the site of an actual brownstone quarry operation back in the day, and it's now one of the South Shore's most beautiful beaches. Mom, the boys, and I have put in many miles walking back and forth to the breakwater, searching for sea glass and watching the eagles fly over along the 20 acres of beach. This spot has actually been a treasure to the women in my family for generations now, but the boys are pretty sure that it's their special spot. Kentucky had never seen natural waves before, and every time that we went back to the beach, it was like his first time experiencing it all over again. It brought back so many memories of Angie. Ange loved Quarry, and in her older years, she would swim and float down that beach all day. But it didn't hurt that the sunsets there are so beautiful either. And it usually also meant campfires and hot dogs too. Like I said, the boys were pretty sure this was all about them. You know, this is just their world. I just get to live in it. Probably just to drive the bus and buy the snacks for the hippos.
He's throwing a fit because he thinks he didn't get my last bite of hot dog. I saved you a bite. I did. I saved you a bite. The last bite.
Y'all, they're rotten. Especially that one. But they both come a long way. We can actually go out on hikes now. Like this next place that we're going to check out. It's just right down the road on the skirts of Port Wing called Twin Falls. There's no overnight parking allowed, but stop in Johnson's store and talk to Jessica. They have a campground in town there, but there's several boondocking options around. Also, I forgot to mention that Quarry is owned by DNR, and as far as I've been able to tell, they require a reservation. But while we're here in Port Wing, let's check out a few trails. If you take Lower Falls Trail as your entrance, you're welcomed along a natural cave formed by the river, which appears as no more than a stream with a trickle in the background noise. We always enjoy this area.
There's another one up here. There's a little place to put your feet. You can sit right there and put your feet in.
Then, as you continue on further, you begin to get your first glimpses of the falls. This is the lower and larger of the Twin Falls, and the energy of this area is so beautiful. We've been down here a few different times in a few different seasons now, and it's always too irresistible to kick off your shoes, sit back, and soak it all in. Then there are several trails and other options on how to get back up, but I don't really know which way to recommend, to be honest. There's another rock area up the cliff, though, the side that isn't private property. However you decide to get back up to the other side of the fall, it's worth it. It isn't as pretty as the first, but there's an outlook built into the cliff and some beautiful trees up there. And no matter how often you hit these trails, they never look quite the same twice. I've been a few times now, and I even got to bring Epiphany. Y'all hit subscribe, because coming up, her and I cross 6 state borders, try out my first harvest toast, and stay the night at a winery, a Walmart, and outside the loading deck of a truck stop. Cause that's the way it goes, where DJ goes. But before we go, I did want to share some camping spots with you. As I mentioned at Johnson's store, but further down into Herbster, there's Herbster Beach. It has beautiful views and a few camper and a few tent spots. This area is full of federal land for boondocking, though. Just remember to park at least 100 feet from any roadway or waterway. This is Cornucopia Beach, and here, for free, you can get water comparably as fresh as Finland's. One year we rented a cabin in the Schwamigan-Nicolet National Forest. It was perched up like a treehouse above the lake, and it was on one of the Pike chain lakes. Mom and I brought the paddle boat out a time or two, and once when we were trying to do a full lap around the lake, we got caught on top of the natural spring in a lightning storm downpour. I guarantee you neither of us will ever forget it. That cabin was made available by the people that own the Ulu Glass Company. And to be able to say that I lived a bit of my life in one of my favorite forests is a wealth most people will never understand. But I can't let y'all out of here without showing you my favorite place up in the Northwoods. And that would be this little cabin, with no plumbing or electric, out in the woods on a private lake with angry beavers. Sadly, these pictures are from our last trip out to Little Sisquit, because the place sold. But now I own a bus. And this is where DJ goes. So I'll see yous down the road. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, because next trip I'll be taking you over to Michigan for some fall foliage in the Porcupine Mountains, some more Lake Superior views from the UP, and we'll go rock hounding as we catch views of another Lake Superior lighthouse. Bye, y'all.